Over here. Welcome back to another video. I apologize for the background, but this is the best I can do for this video. Today, as you can tell from the title, I'll be unpacking 3 more Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure decks. Now, these were 3 that I found on Amazon that were able to do same-day delivery. So, let's take a look at what we got here. I did do a poll earlier today about which pack you guys would want me to open first. But before I tell you which one overwhelmingly won by a vote of literally 2 to 6, depending on the. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. As I was saying, family member came in here, which is explaining why I was looking away. But here were the 3 decks that I got off of Amazon, because they were same-day delivery. So here we go. The first one was the Cyber Strike Structure deck. There you go. It's pretty neat. Then we have the Spirit Charmers Structure deck and the Mechanized Madness Structure deck. By a wide majority of votes, the pack that majority of the people wanted me to open first was Mechanized Madness. Then it was Spirit Channelers, or Spirit Charmers, and then the Cyber Strike. So we're saving the Cyber Strike for last. We're going to open this pack first. Let's whip the camera around. So, I apologize for the background here. Let me fix that here. Hold on a second. So that you guys can not have to see this. Move that out of the way. Sorry, this is literally the best I can do. As I mentioned, this is the best I can do, but you guys are here for the pack opening. But before we do that, let's read what they got here. It says, all hands, man the battle stations. The Colossal Machina Army is back with vengeance in Structure Deck Mechanized Madness. Originally released over a decade ago, they have been rebuilt and reinforced with a new wave of support to add to the Machina arsenal. Yeah, as you can tell, it's got your monsters, spell cards, and trap cards. So, let's take a look and see what exactly we get in this deck. I will be showing you guys the up close and personal card text that these cards have, because that's what I did the last time, and so we're going to be doing that. And again, I apologize for any background noise. That is my heater going on, because it is getting kind of that point where it's going to be cold in the winter. We're getting to that wintry time, and that's fun for a good number of people in it. AKA, no the heck it isn't. If I could get this deck out of here, that'd be nice. There we go. I actually had it backward, but whatever. This includes a dual mat for this particular deck, if you guys wanted that. But let's take a look at the star of the show. Here is the star of the show, right here. So, I'm going to open this. I'm going to try to be very careful with this pack, by the way. So I don't want to damage anything here. There you go. Alright. So, here we go with the first deck that we have. And we are starting off with Machina Citadel. This is a level 10. I believe it is a level 10 Earth-type Machina effect monster. With the effect, let me go ahead and move this out of the background so you guys can see this better. No distractions. With the effect, cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by a card effect. Quick effect, you can target one machine monster you control. Destroy that machine monster and all monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to it. If a face-up Earth machine monster you control, except Machina Citadel, is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. You can only use each effect of Machina Citadel once per turn. This card has 30,000 attack and 2,500 defense, just like Blue Eyes White Dragon, but it is an effect monster. Next up we have Machina Possess Storage. This is a level 4 Dark-type Machine effect monster. With the effect, if this card is normal summoned or special summoned, while normal or special summoned, you can target one Machina monster in your graveyard except Machina Possess Storage. Special summon it in defense position, but it cannot activate its effect this turn. You can target one other Machina monster you control and one spell trap your opponent controls. Return them to the hand, and you can only use each effect of Machina Possess Storage once per turn. This card has 1,600 attack and 1,500 defense. Next up, we have Machina Air Raid. This is a level 8 Earth-type Machine effect monster. With the effect, you can discard one other Machina monster, special summon this card from your hand. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one machine monster you control. Special summon from your deck one Machina monster with a different name and an equal or lower level than that monster. And if you do, destroy that targeted monster. You can only use each effect of Machina Air Raider once per turn. This card has 1,500 attack and 2,600 defense. Now for spell card, we have Machina Redeployment spell card. Activate one of these effects, discard one card, add 2 Machina monsters with different names from each other from your deck to your hand. Discard one Machina card, add 2 Machina cards with different names from each other from your deck to your hand, except Machina Redeployment. You can only activate one Machina Redeployment per turn. Next we have Unauthorized Reactivation. This is a quick play spell card with the effect. Target one machine monster you control, equip one appropriate machine union monster from your hand or deck to that monster, but the union monster you equipped cannot be special summoned that turn. This turn, you can only activate one unauthorized reactivation per turn. Alright. Next we have Machina Irradiator. This is a level 8 Earth-type Machine effect monster. With the effect, you can discard one other Machina monster, special summon this card from your hand. You can target one machine monster you control, special summon from your graveyard one Machina monster with a different name and an equal or lower level than that monster. And if you do, destroy that targeted monster. You can only use each effect of Machina Irradiator once per turn. This card has 1,700 attack and 2,400 defense. Next we have Machina Fortress. This is a level 7, level 7 Earth-type Machine effect monster. With the effect, you can discard machine monsters whose total level equal 8 or more, then special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, target one player your opponent controls, destroy that target. Before resolving an opponent's monster effect that targets this face-up card, look at your opponent's hand and discard one card from their hand. This monster has 2,500 attack and 1,600 defense. Next we have Machina Gear Frame. This is a level 4 Earth-type Machine Union effect monster. With the effect, when this card is normal summoned, you can add one Machina monster from your deck to your hand, except Machina Gear Frame. Once per turn, you can either target one machine monster you control, equip this card to that target, or unequip this card and special summon it. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or a card effect, destroy this card instead. This card has 1,800 attack and 0 defense. Next we have Machina Peacekeeper. This is a level 2... Here, let me show you the guys again. Machina Peacekeeper, level 2 Earth-type Machine Union effect monster. With the effect, when this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add one Union monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, you can either target one machine monster you control, equip this card to that target, or unequip this card and special summon it. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, destroy this card instead. Next we have Machina Force. This is a level... a level 10 Machine Effect monster. With the effect, cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by Commander Covington. You must pay 1,000 life points to declare an attack with this card. You can send this card you control to the graveyard, then target one Machina Warrior, Machina Sniper, and Machina Defender in your graveyard. Special summon those targets. Hey bro, how you doing tonight? Oh wait, hold on a second, I accidentally forgot to turn on live chat so I can see you guys. But yeah. How you doing tonight? How are you doing tonight as well, Ro? But anyway, you can send this card you control to the graveyard, then target one Machina Soldier, Machina Sniper, and Machina Defender in your graveyard. Special summon those targets. This card has 4,600 attack and 4,100 defense. That is a lot of... That is a lot. That's probably the most I've seen on a effect monster. But at least it does have the effect to make it less powerful, but still manageable, I guess. You can only pay 1,000 life points for that. Doing well, thanks. How are you, brother? I'm doing pretty good. I do want to say again, I apologize for the background noise. That is my heater because it is kind of cold in here. It's not that bad right now, but yeah, I'll probably do it to where I'll be turning it off here in a little bit. But moving on, next we have Machina Cannon. This is a level 8 Earth-type Machine Effect monster. With the effect, cannot be normal summoned or set, must first be special summoned from your hand by sending one or more other machine monsters from your hand to the graveyard. Gains 800 attack for each monster sent to the graveyard for this special summon. This card has 0 attack, base, not effect-wise, 0 attack, and 2,200 defense. I always love it when you got a card with low attack and a good amount of defense. Because it's like, okay, this'll work. This works, I guess. Next we have Machina Soldier. This is a level 4 Earth-type Machine Effect card. I'm new with Yu-Gi-Oh! Starting to play the Switch game, getting familiar with it. When you say the Switch game, which one are we talking about? Because the ones that I know of are Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, Link Evolution, which is a game that I have on both my PS5 and, well, technically on PS4, but PS4 games can be played on PS5. But still, on my PS5 via my PS4, and on my Switch, and I also know you got Duel Link and some other Yu-Gi-Oh! Games that I know that are on game consoles and or mobile. But yeah, I still like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I actually played Yu-Gi-Oh! Link Evolution the other day. I might play it again sometime. But yeah, Legacy, yes, I love that. I love that game. Yes, I do. Although the last time I played it, Kaiba was giving me trouble in that game so much that I'm like, dude, this boy, the anime made it look so easy. But unlike the anime, we don't have a body and mind to read the mind of our opponent. So it's like, what the heck? But anyway, but yeah, I actually did manage to beat all of Yu-Gi-Oh! When I first played that duel outside the DLC. Um, um, and I got to a certain point of GX before I stopped playing it, but now I'm getting back into it. But anyway, getting back into the deck openings, we have Machina Soldier, level 4 Earth-type Machine Effect monster with the effect. I always like putting this up here so you guys can read it, in case you can't hear me, for whatever reason. When this card is normal summoned while you control no other monsters, you can special summon one Machina monster from your hand, except Machina Soldier. This card has 1600 attack and 1500 defense. Next we have Machina Sniper. This is a level 4 Earth-type Machine Effect monster. Wait, did I ever... I don't think I said what the attack and defense was. This card has 1600 attack and 1500 defense. I apologize for that. I don't like forgetting to mention every detail of a card. I don't like doing that. But anyway, like I said with here, we talked about what it is. The effect of this card is monsters cannot attack Machina monsters except Machina Sniper. Okay, so it's one of those cards. Alright. It's basically like the scapegoat, I guess you could say. This card has 1800 attack and 800 defense. Next, we've got a Launcher Spider wannabe right here. I swear to God, I can already look at this card and I'm already thinking of Launcher Spider from back in the day. Machina Defender is a level 4 Earth-type Machine Flip Effect monster, with the flip effect being add one Commander Covington from your deck to your hand. This card has 1200 attack and 1800 defense. Next we have, speaking of which, Commander Covington. This is a level 4 Earth-type Machine Effect monster with the effect. You can send one face-up Machina Soldier, Machina Sniper, and Machina Defender you control to the graveyard. Special summon one Machina Force from your hand or deck. So, that's going to be interesting. This card has 1000 attack and 600 defense. Whoa, what the Here we have Juzukiru, the Star-Destroying Kaiju. This is a level 10 light Machine Effect monster. With the effect, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in attack position by attributing one monster they control. If your opponent controls a Kaiju monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in attack position. You can only control one Kaiju monster. When a card or effect is activated that targets exactly one card and no other cards, quick effect, you can remove 3 Kaiju counters from anywhere on the field, negate that effect, and if you do, you can destroy one card on the field. This card has 3300 attack and 2600 defense. Next we have Snowplow Hustle Rustle. What kind of name is this? This is a very interesting name, but okay. Anyway, this is a level 10 Earth Machine Effect type monster with the effect. When your opponent's monster declares a direct attack while you control a card or cards in your spell trap zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then destroy as many cards in your spell and trap zone as possible, and if you do, inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each destroyed card. You cannot special summon any monsters except machine monsters. This card has 2500 attack and 3000 defense. Next we have Genix Ally Birdman. This is a level 3 Dark Machine Tuner effect monster with the effect. You can return one face-up monster you control to the hand, special summon this card from your hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also, it gains 500 attack if the returned monster was wind on the field. This card has 1400 attack and 400 defense. Hold on a second here. Oh. Oh, okay, I get it now. Okay, I get it now. It took me a while to figure that out. I'm sorry. Uh, Next we have Scrap Recycler. This is a level 3 Earth type monster with the effect, Earth type machine effect monster with the effect. When this card is normal summoned or special summoned, you can send one machine monster from your deck to the graveyard. Once per turn, you can shuffle 2 level 4 machine monsters from your graveyard into the deck. Draw 1 card. This card has 900 attack and 1200 defense. Next we have... Yeah, I apologize for the background noise. Now a dog of mine's going crazy. Because it's bedtime and she doesn't like being in the cage. But it's bedtime and we usually put our dogs in the cage for the night. But she doesn't like it sometimes. We try to let her keep in her app, and sometimes she might get into things that she's not supposed to. So yeah, we're kind of dealing with that. Anyway, we have Torque Tune Gear. This is a level 1 light machine union tuner effect monster. With the effect, once per turn, you can either target one monster you control, equip this card to that target, or unequip this card and special summon it. A monster equipped with this card is treated as a tuner. It gains 500 attack defense. Also, if the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, destroy this card instead. Next, we have Righty Driver. This is a level 1 Earth-type machine tuner effect monster with the effect. For a synchro summon, you can substitute this card for any one synchron tuner. If this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one lefty driver from your deck, your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only use this effect of righty driver once per turn. This card has 100 attack and 300 defense. Next we have Lefty Driver. This is a level 2 Earth type machine effect monster. With the effect, if this card is special summoned, you can make this card become level 3 until the end of this turn. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and add one righty driver from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of lefty driver once per turn. This card has 300 attack and 100 defense. Next we have Deskbot 001. This is a level 1 Earth type machine tuner effect monster with the effect. Gains 500 attack and defense for each machine monster you control. If 2 or more machine monsters are special summoned at the same time while this card is in your graveyard, except during this damage step, you can special summon this card. The base stat, because of the effect, the base attack and defense of this card is 500 attack and 500 defense. Oh, I accidentally got an extra card there. Next up, we have Deskbot 003. This is a level 3 Earth-type machine effect monster with the effect. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one Deskbot monster from your deck, except Deskbot 003. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target one Deskbot monster you control. It gains 500 attack and defense for each Deskbot card you currently control until the end of this turn. This card has 500 attack and 500 defense. Now for the spell cards, we have Machina Defense Perimeter. This is a continuous spell card with the effect. When you control a level 7 or higher monster, machine monster, by the way, your opponent's monsters cannot target level 6 or lower machine monsters you control for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target them with card effects. If a face-up machine monster or monsters you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one machine monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. You can only use this effect of Machina Defense Perimeter once per turn. Next we have Machina Armored Unit, another continuous spell card with the effect. Once per turn, when a machine monster is destroyed by battle and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon one machine monster from your deck that has the same attribute and less attack than that destroyed monster in the graveyard. Next we have Iron Call. This spell card has the effect, if you control a machine monster, target one level 4 or lower machine monster in your graveyard, special summon that target but its effects are negated, also destroy it during the end phase. Next we have Iron Draw. This spell card's effect is, if you control exactly 2 machine effect monsters and no other monsters, draw 2 cards. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you can only special summon once. You can only activate 1 Iron Draw per turn. Next we have Magnet Reverse. This is a reverse spell card with the effect. I just noticed I have this thing going on in the background over here. I'm moving that out of the way. There we go. This spell card, this quick play spell card has the counter spell card has the effect, target one of your machine or rock monsters that is banished or is in your graveyard. That cannot be normal summoned or set, special summon it. Next we have Limiter Removal. This is a quick play, a counter spell card with the effect, just double the attack of all machine monsters you currently control until the end of this turn. During the end phase of this turn, destroy those monsters. Next we have Ties of the Brethren. I actually had this card. I actually shown this card when I was I actually had this card in my volcanic volcanic burning deck that I showed everybody that I had, with a mix of volcanic and cybers and battling boxing monsters. But moving on with this, pay 2,000 life points to target 1 level 4 or lower monster you control. For the rest of this turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters. Also, special summon 2 monsters from your deck with the same type, attribute, and level as that monster, but with different names from each other and that monster. You cannot connect your battle phase the turn you activate this card. Next we have Pot of Avarice. Target 3 monsters in your graveyard. Shuffle all. Hold on. Forest. Get your words right. Target 5 monsters in your graveyard. Shuffle all 5 into the deck, then draw 2 cards. You'd think there'd be like a pot of card that has the same thing with spell and traps, you know? Kind of like how Becky and Harpy's Feather Duster have that. But anyway, you got Cosmic Cyclone, a quick play spell, a counter spell card. This card says the card effect is pay 1,000 life points, then target 1 spell trap on the field and banish it. Alright. Next we have Supply Squad. This is a continuous spell card with the effect, once per turn, if a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, draw 1 card. Now for the trap cards, we have Machina Overdrive. This trap card has the effect, target 1 machine monster you control, special summon 1 Machina monster with a different name from your hand or deck, and if you do, destroy that targeted monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 3 of your machine monsters that are banished and or in your graveyard. Shuffle them into your deck, then draw 1 card. You can only use 1 Machina Overdrive effect per turn, and only once that turn. Next we have Cyber Summon Blaster. This is a continuous trap card with the effect, each time a machine monster is special summoned, while this card is already face up in your spell and trap zone, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. Alright, that's interesting. Next we have Back to the Front. This trap card has the effect, target 1 monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. And we have another copy of this card. Next we have Trap Trick. We did see this card in the Trap Tricks structured deck when I did that yesterday. But for those who didn't see it, This trap card has the effect to banish one normal trap from your deck, except Trap Trick, and set one card with the same name directly from your deck. Also, it can be activated this turn. You can only activate one trap card for the rest of this turn after this card resolves. You can only activate one Trap Trick per turn. Next we have Begone, Knave! This continuous trap card has the effect, if a monster inflicts battle damage to a player, return that monster to the hand. Next we have Solemn Strike. This is a counter trap card with the effect, when a monster would be special summoned or a monster effect is activated, pay 1,500 life points, negate the summon or activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So many solemn cards, I'm telling you. And then, of course, we've got these three things here. But it is what it is. Anyway, let's take a look. I kind of want to look at this play mat as well. It's funny how they talk about synchro monsters, but there's no synchro monsters in the structure deck. You'd think they probably would have done that. But I digress. It is what it is. But in case you guys were wondering, I probably should have shown this off earlier. But here is the dual mat right here. Let's take a look at this dual mat here. Oh, I hope I didn't. I don't think I did, but let's take a look at this. Actually looks pretty neat, honestly. And then, of course, on the back, it does give you some advice on how to deal with it does give you your usual advice on these cards, as well as what decks would be good to improve the power of the Machine of Monsters. But for the moment, let's go on to our next deck. The deck that got second place, and I do mean this is actually a second place card. The second place deck, we have Structure Deck Spirit Charmers. As the back of the box will say, let me make sure you guys can see this here. Master the elements alongside the Charmers and their familiars with Structure Deck Spirit Charmers. Basic Charmers can steal away monsters that match their attribute, and if you control even one Charmer, you can fill the field with familiars. Add to the legacy with variant artworks of their familiar possessed versions. So, let's take a look and see what we get. If this thing will open for me, that'd be lovely. Now, it would be lovely if this deck would open for me here. What the back out of this? Well, we got it out. Oh, what else do we have in here? Ah, yes, the dual mat. Look at that face. That's like the kind of face I would expect someone like Naruto to make, honestly. But let's take a look at everything else here. It's kind of interesting how they have this play mat. Be where you got literally all the characters on one side, like, and then you got their spirit monsters sleeping, and then you got all of them looking at that, and then over here you basically got the whole structure deck, the structure deck name. It's kind of funny to me. Then on the back, like before, you have all these pieces of advice for these cards. I do know that while I don't believe they have the because I know they did have a couple of other monsters in this deck, like other channelers for this archetype. I don't believe they're in this deck. I don't believe so. But either way, let's see here. Oh, we got some tokens here. Let's see here. Yeah, because I don't think they have. Yes, I'm pretty sure they don't have those monsters. But anyway, we're gonna get rid of these. Hey, would you look at that? We were talking about this earlier. We were talking about that earlier. That's really cool. The thing is, they rated it T for teen, for fantasy violence, mild blood, and partial nudity apparently. But okay, whatever. But yeah, then we also have Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Interesting. But we're not gonna talk about those right now. We're actually gonna do this here. So let's take a look at what we got. We have a token. We have a token. So we have one token here. This is basically their special token card for this deck. But alongside them we have Familiar Possessed Hita. This is a level 4 Pyro Spellcaster effect card with the effect. You can special summon this card from your hand or deck by sending one face up Hita the Fire Channeler and one face up fire monster you control to the graveyard. If this card special summoned by its own effect attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. This card has 1800 attack and 1500 defense. Oh, I think that was better. Oh, one extra here. Hold on a second here. Yeah, it was. Yep, okay. Next we have Awakening of the Possessed Nefarious Archfiend. This is a level 5 Earth type Beast effect monster with the effect. You can special summon this card from your hand or deck by sending one face-up spellcaster monster and one face-up level 4 or lower Earth monster you control to the graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects of Awakening of the Possessed Nefarious Archfiend once per turn. When this card is special summoned by its effect, you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your graveyard, but negate its effects. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Spiritual Earth Arts card or one possessed spell trap from your deck to your hand. This card has 2000 attack and 200 defense. Next we have Awakening of the Possessed Greater Inari Fire. This is a level 5 fire type pyro effect monster with the effect. You can special summon this card from your hand or deck by sending one face-up spellcaster monster and one face-up level 4 or lower fire monster you control to the graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects of Awakening of the Possessed Greater Inari Fire once per turn. When this card is special summoned by its effect, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of one monster they control from your choice. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Spiritual Fire Art card or one Possessed Spell Trap from your deck to your hand. Hold on one second, I will be right back. Oh, hold on a second. Sorry about that, family member. But one thing I didn't say about this card that I was thinking of, this card, after saying all the attacks and everything here, the attack it has 2,000 attack and 200 defense. Next we have the spell card, Grand Spiritual Art Ichirin. This is a field spell card with the effect: negate your opponent's first monster effect, then resolves each turn while you control a spellcaster monster with 1500 defense. During your main phase, you can reveal one spellcaster monster from your hand, and if you do, add one monster with the same attribute, but with 1500 attack, 200 defense from your deck to your hand, and if you do that, shuffle the revealed card into the deck. You can only use this effect of Grand Spiritual Art Ichirin once per turn. Next we have Spirit Charmers. This is a counter spell card with the effect: discard one card, take two cards from your deck with different names from each other that are Charmer monsters, familiar possessed monsters, and or possessed spell traps. Add one of them to your hand and set the other. You can only activate one Spirit Channelers per turn. Next we have Raigeki. This is a spell card with the effect: destroy all monsters your opponent controls. It's a hollow, okay. Next we have the trap card, Possessed Partnerships. This is a trap card with the effect: special summon one spellcaster monster with 1500 defense from your hand or graveyard in attack position or face down defense position. Then, if you control monsters with two or more different attributes, you can destroy one face-up card on the field. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then turn on one possessed continuous spell trap into your graveyard, place it face-up on your field. You can only use one Possessed Partnership effect per turn, and only once that turn. Next we have... I took an extra card there, sorry. Next we have Asa, the Earth Charmer. This is a level 3 Earth-type monster with a level 3 Earth-type spellcaster flip effect monster. With the effect, target one Earth monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target while this card is face up on the field. This card has 500 attack and 1500 defense. Next we have Area, the Water Charmer. This is a level 3 water-type spellcaster flip effect monster. With the effect, target one water monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target while this card is face up on the field. This card has 500 attack and 1500 defense. Next we have Hita, the Fire Charmer. It's a level 3 fire type spellcaster flip effect monster. With the effect, flip effect, target one fire monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target while this card is face up on the field. This card has 500 attack and 1500 defense. Next we have Win, the Wind Charmer. This is a level 3 wind type spellcaster flip effect monster. With the flip effect, target one wind monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target while this card is face up on the field. This card has 500 attack and 1500 defense. Next we have Nefarious Archfiend, Eater of Nefarious. This is a level 4 Earth type beast effect monster. With the effect, you can only control one Nefarious Archfiend, Eater of Nefariousness. If you control a spellcaster monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, during your opponent's end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one face-up monster you control, destroy it, and if you do, destroy this, special summon this card. Yeah, what the heck, man. This card has 1500 attack and 200 defense. Next we have Gigabyte. This is a level 4 water-type reptile effect monster. With the effect, you can only control one Gigabyte. If you control a spellcaster monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one monster with 1500 attack and 200 defense from your deck, except Gigabyte. Next, we have Inari Fire. This is a level 4 Fire-type Pyro effect monster. With the effect, you can only control one Inari Fire. If you control a spellcaster monster, you can special summon this card from your hand once per turn during your next standby phase. After this face-up card on the field was destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon it from your graveyard. Next, we have Ranryu. This is a level 4 Wind Dragon effect monster. With the effect, you can only control one Ranryu. If you control a spellcaster monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster with 1500 attack and 200 defense in your graveyard, except Ranryu, special summon it. This card has 1500 attack and 200 defense. I will switch to an extra card. Next we have Fairy Tale Sleeper. This is a level 4 light spellcaster flip effect monster. With the flip effect, you can special summon one monster from your hand. When your opponent activates a normal spell trap card, quick effect, you can tribute one other monster. The activated effect becomes change one face-up monster your opponent controls to face down defense position. You can only use this effect of Fairy Tale Sleeper once per turn. This card has 1850 attack, 1000 defense. Next we have Fairy Tale Rella. Okay, now I'm starting to see where this is going. we're literally going from Charmers to Fairy Tale creature, to creatures in the form of Fairy Tale princesses here, because we went from Sleeping Beauty and now we're on to Cinderella. Anyway, this card is a level 4 light spellcaster effect monster. With the effect, neither player can target monsters on the field with spell cards or effects except this one. Once per turn, you can discard one spell, equip one spell. You can discard one spell card, equip one equipped spell from your hand, deck, or graveyard to this card, or return that equipped spell to the hand during the end phase. This card has 1850 attack and 1000 defense. Next we have Fairy Tale Luna. I'm not sure what this is supposed to, which fairy tale this is about, but anyway, this is what this is referencing. But anyway, this is a level 4 light spellcaster effect card. With the effect, well, it's a monster, but still, with the effect, when this card is normal summon, you can add one spellcaster monster with 1850 attack from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Your opponent can send one card with that monster's name from their deck or extra deck to the graveyard to negate this effect. Otherwise, return both this card and that monster to the hand. Next, we have Witchcrafter Golem Aruru. This is a level 8 light type spellcaster effect monster. With the effect, hold on, let me deal with my hand there. With the effect, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a spellcaster monster you control, or targets it for an attack, quick effect, you can target one card your opponent controls, or one Witchcrafter spell in your graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, return that targeted card to the hand. You can only use this effect of Witchcrafter Golem Aruru once per turn. Once per turn, during your opponent's standby phase, return this card to the hand. This card has 2800... Hold on, sorry. This card has 2800 attack and 0 defense. Ooh, we have... Oh, this is actually a first. Dark Doriano. This is a level 4 Dark Pendulum monster. This is a dark... Oh, hold on, let me fix this correctly. This is a level 4 Dark Spellcaster Pendulum Effect monster. With the... So this is going to be interesting here, because I know that Pendulum monsters can be treated as a monster as well as a spell card. So the top text says, all earth, water, fire, and wind monsters you control gain 200 attack and defense for every attribute among the monsters you control. With the So that's the spell card effect I'm guessing this is. But the monster effect is, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can choose 4 monsters from your deck, 1 earth, 1 water, 1 fire, and 1 wind. Then place them on the top of the deck in any order. I will have to look up how to summon pendulum monsters, because I do not know that. Kind of confused equally a little bit with the link monsters, but I'm pretty sure the blue and red have something to do with it. But anyway, next we have Witch of the Black Forest. This is a level 4 dark type spellcaster effect. Hold on. Oh. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, family member was gonna read their pop because they're going to bed. Anyway, going back to this card. This is Witch of the Black Forest. It is a level 4 dark type spellcaster effect monster. With the effect, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add 1 monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand, but you cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with that name for the rest of this turn. You can only use this effect of Witch of the Black Forest once per turn. This card has 1100 attack and 1200 defense. Next we have Eject Veiler. This is a level 1 light spellcaster tuner effect monster with the effect. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Then target 1 effect monster your opponent controls. Negate the effects of that face-up monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. And this card has 0 attack and 0 defense. Next we have Denko Seka. This is a level 4 light type thunder effect monster with the effect cannot be special summoned. While you control no set spells or traps, neither player can set spells, traps, nor activate spells trap cards that are set on the field. This card has 1700 attack and 1000 defense. That's an interesting card, but okay. Next we have Now we're going into the spell cards, and our first one is Awakening of the Possessed. This is a continuous spell card with the effect. Monsters you control gain 300 attack for each different attribute you control. Charmer and familiar possessed monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. If a spellcaster monster with 1850 original attack is normal summoned or special summoned to your field, draw 1 card. You can only use this effect of Awakening of the Possessed once per turn. Alright. Oh, did it again. Sorry. Next we have Secret Village of the Spellcasters. This is a field spell card with the effect. If only you control a spellcaster monster, your opponent cannot activate spell cards. If you control no spellcaster monsters, you cannot activate spell cards. But this is involving spellcasters, so chances are this will affect our opponent more than us unless they're able to destroy the spell cards, the spell monsters. But then again, it does say if only you control a spell. Well, actually, I'm thinking of the previous card. Actually, never mind. But anyway, next we have Spellbook of Knowledge. This spell card has the effect: send to the graveyard either 1 spellcaster monster you control or 1 other spellbook card from your hand or face-up field, except Spellbook of Knowledge. And if you do, draw 2 cards. You can only activate 1 Spellbook of Knowledge once per turn. Next we have Terraforming. Add 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. That's pretty much what it is. I actually have at least 1 or 2 other copies of this card, but yeah. Next we have Book of Eclipse. This is a a counter spell card with the effect: change all face-up monsters on the field to face-down defense position. During the end phase of this turn, change as many face-down defense position monsters your opponent controls as possible to face-down defense position, then your opponent draws cards equal to the number of monsters changed face-up by this effect. Alright. Next we have Twin Twisters. This is a quick play spell card, or a counter spell card with the effect. Discard one card, then target up to two spells traps on the field. Destroy them. Alright. Next we have Dark Ruler No More. This is a spell card with the effect. Negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, your opponent takes no damage. Neither player can activate monster effects in response to this card's activation. Alright. Now for the trap cards, we have Unpossessed. This continuous trap card has the effect: charmer monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. If a familiar possessed monster you control attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 800 attack during damage calculation only. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or a card effect, while this card is already face up on your spell and trap zone, you can special summon one spellcaster monster with 1500 defense from your deck, whose attribute is different from at least one of those destroyed monsters' original attributes on the field, in attack position or face down defense position. You can only use this effect of Unpossessed once per turn. Next we have Spiritual Earth Art Kurogane. This trap card has the effect: tribute one Earth monster and target one other level 4 or lower Earth monster in your graveyard. Special summon that Earth monster. Alright. Next we have Spiritual Water Art Aoi. This trap card has the effect: tribute one water monster, look at your opponent's hand, and then send one card from their hand to the graveyard. Next we have Spiritual Fire Art Kurenai. This trap card has the effect: tribute one fire monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. Alright. Next we have Spiritual Wind Art Miyabi. This trap card has the effect: tribute one wind monster, then target one card your opponent controls. Place that opponent's card on the bottom of the deck. Next we have Metaverse. This trap card has the effect: take one field spell from your deck and either activate it or add it to your hand. Next we have Dimensional Barrier. This trap card has the effect: declare one monster card type, Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Exes, or Pendulum. For the rest of this turn, neither player can special summon monsters of that declared type. Also negate the effects of all monsters of that type while they are on the field. You can only activate one Dimensional Barrier per turn. Next we have Solemn Warning. This counter trap card has the effect: when a monster would be summoned or when a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated that includes an effect that special summons a monster, pay through 2,000 life points. Negate the summon or activation, and if you do, destroy it. Next we have Familiar Possessed Asa, level 4 Earth type monster with... Actually, I think... Wait a minute. Well, let me see something here. Didn't we already do these ones here? Oh, gosh. No, actually, never mind. I was thinking of something else. But anyway, let's go back to these cards. We have Familiar Possessed Asa. This is a level 4 Earth-type spellcaster effect card with the effect: you can special summon this card from your hand or deck by sending up one face-up Asa the Earth Charmer and one face-up Earth monster you control to the graveyard. If this card special summoned by its own effect attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. Next we have... Oh, making sure I didn't get an extra. Next we have Familiar Possessed Area. This is a level 4 water-type spellcaster effect monster with the effect: You can special summon this card from your hand or deck by sending one face-up area the Water Charmer and one face-up water monster you control to the graveyard. If this card, special summoned by its own effect, attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. This card has 1850 attack and 1500 defense. Next we have Familiar Possessed Hita. This is a level 4 fire type spellcaster effect card. With the effect, you can special summon this card from your hand or deck by sending one face-up Hita, the Fire Charmer, and one face-up fire monster you control to the graveyard. And this card, special summoned by its own effect, attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. This card has 1850 attack and 1500 defense. And finally, we have Familiar Possessed Wind. This card has the spellcaster. This card is a level 4 Wind spellcaster, Wind type spellcaster effect card. With the effect, you can special summon this card from your hand or deck by sending one face-up Wind, the Wind Charmer, and one face-up Wind monster you control to the graveyard. This card, special summoned by its own effect, attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. So yeah, that is the Spirit Charmers. That is the Spirit Charmers deck. Should have actually, hold on a second here. Let me put these cards on the bottom and put these cards right there. If it'll let me. There we go. We got it now. But there we go. Put this there and put that there. And now we are on the final deck of this stream, and it is the Cyber Strike Structure deck. Now this box was actually smaller than these, but I mean, look at the size difference here. The only reason why these are probably the different sizes is probably because this contains just the cards compared to these containing the big box. But if this contains the playmat, then what was the point of the bigger box? But either way, let's check it out. Let's check this deck out. Oh wait, actually we need to read the back of it because I did it last time and I never did it this time. Let's see. Harness the power of all Zane Truesdale's cyber cards and structure deck, Cyber Strike. This structure deck is based on the strategies used by Zane Truesdale in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX anime. Zane begins the series with a Cyber Dragon deck, but later melds it with Cyber Dark monsters. These two strategies have always been able to be played separately, but it's never been a viable strategy to combine the two like they are used on TV until now. So let's see. So now we can finally see what cards we have in this structure deck. I'm actually looking forward to. Honestly, out of all the decks, this was the one I was honestly looking forward to opening, actually. Oh, would you lo and behold, it actually has its own playmat. Although I think this was at a... Oh, actually, never mind, because it does show it. So what was the point of making the boxes bigger if they were going to add a dueling mat to this thing anyway? Also, can we also just... I'm also going to point out that I think this is probably a really cool playmat right here, if I'm going to be honest. And just like before, it does have strategies, as well as talking about which which cards would work best with this deck. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Let's see here. There we go. All of these are together now. And now we're gonna look at the what the heck? They actually look at how they put this deck in. What the heck? I don't think that's how the deck was supposed to go in there, but okay then. That's kind of funny to me. I actually might just have to break the box or something because it won't let me pull it out the old-fashioned way. I don't like breaking the box, but it's like, dude, how could you make the deck go in this way? What the heck? Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna have to do that. I did have to break the thing open because it wouldn't let me open it up any other way, so that's gonna suck. But it is what it is. We had to do what we had to do. Alright. Alright. Oh, that actually helped me. Alright. Trying to get this deck out of this wrapper's just annoying the heck out of me, man. Come on, come on. There we go, we got it. There we go, we got it now. Alright, starting off our deck, we have Cyberdark Chimera. This is a level 4 Dark type machine effect monster. With the effect, you can discard 1 spell trap, add 1 power bond from your deck to your hand. You can only use Dragon or Machine Cyber Monsters as fusion material this turn. Also, once when you fusion summon this turn, you can also banish monsters from your graveyard as material. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send 1 Cyberdark monster from your deck to the graveyard with a different name from the cards in your graveyard. You can only use each effect of Cyberdark Chimera once per turn. This card has 800 attack and 2100 defense. Next we have the spell card Cyberdark Realm. This is a continuous spell card with the effect. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Cyberdark monster from your deck to your hand with a different name from the cards in your graveyard. During your main phase, you can immediately, after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 Cyberdark monster. You can only use the previous effect of Cyberdark Realm once per turn. If you equip a monster from your graveyard by the effect of a Cyberdark monster that activated when it was normal or special summoned, you can equip from your opponent's graveyard instead. You can only activate 1 Cyberdark Realm per turn. Next we have the infamous Cyber End Dragon. Everybody that's watched GX knows this card. This is a level... let's see here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a level 10 light-type machine fusion effect monster with the effect where, well, it says you need 3 Cyber Dragons to fusion summon this card. The effect being, a fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above fusion materials. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. So yeah, this probably was a good number of people's nightmares before they could finally figure out a way to get through this. It's crazy. But we also have Cyber Dark and Dragon. Look at this. This is a level 12 Dark type Machine Fusion effect monster. So basically saying this is basically the light, and if it was ever to be filled with darkness, this would be your end result. Look at this thing. This effect has must be either fusion. It requires Cyber Dark Dragon and Cyber End Dragon to fusion summon it. The effect must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by tributing one level 10 or lower Cyberdark fusion monster equipped with Cyber End Dragon, unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. Once per turn, you can equip one monster from either graveyard to this card. This card can attack a number of times each battle phase up to the number of equipped cards equipped to it. This card has 5,000 attack, 3,800 defense. Jeez, that is incredible. But we're not quite done with the rare hollows yet. We have Cybernetic Horizon. This spell card has the effect. Well, it says this card is always treated as a Cyberdark card. The effect: send 2 dragon and or machine cyber monsters with different attributes to the graveyard. 1 each from your hand and deck. Add 1 dragon or machine cyber monster from your deck to your hand. And if you do, send 1 machine cyber fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. You can only activate 1 Cybernetic Horizon per turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this card, except machine monsters. Next we have Cyber Dragon Hers. This is a level 1 light machine effect monster with the effect: this card's name becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. You can only use one of the following effects of Cyber Dragon Hers once per turn. Well, yeah, and only once that turn. If this card is special summoned, you can make this card's level become 5 until the end of this turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except machine monsters. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 other Cyber Dragon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. This card has 100 attack and 100 defense. Spell card: Fusion Deployment. This spell card has the effect: reveal 1 fusion monster in your extra deck and special summon from your hand or deck 1 of the fusion materials whose name is specifically listed on that card. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except fusion monsters the turn you activate this card. You can only activate 1 fusion deployment per turn. That's interesting. But anyway, next we have another holographic. Wait, we're still with the holographics right now, but anyway, next we have Infinite Impermanence. This trap card has the effect: target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Negate its effect until the end of this turn. Then, if this card was set before activation and is on the field at resolution, for the rest of this turn, all other spell trap effects in this column are negated. If you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. Alright, wait. If you control no cards, you can activate... Okay, I get it now. Never mind. It took me a little bit of time to figure that out. Anyway, next up we have Attachment Cyburn. This is a level 3 light type dragon effect monster with the effect: you can target 1 dragon or machine cyber monster you control. Equip this card from your hand or field to it. While this card is an equipped card, the equipped monster gains 600 attack. If this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can target 1 other dragon or machine cyber monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use this effect of Attachment Cyburn once per turn. Alright. Next we have the OG Cyber Dragon. This is a level 5 light monster with the a level 5 light type machine effect monster with the effect, if only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. This card has 2100 attack and 1600 defense. Next we have Cyber Dragon's Way. This is a level 4 light monster, light machine effect monster with the effect. This card's name becomes Cyber Dragon while in the graveyard. Once per turn, you can reveal one spell in your hand. This card's name becomes Cyber Dragon until the end phase. If this card attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 300 attack during the damage step only. This attack has 1500 attack and 1000 defense. Next we have Cyber Dragon Dre. This card is a level 4 light type machine effect monster with the effect. This card's name becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. When this card is normal summoned, you can make all Cyber Dragon you currently control become level 5. You cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this effect, except machine monsters. If this card is banished, you can target one Cyber Dragon you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. This card has 1800 attack and 800 defense. Next we have Cyber Dragon Vire. This is a level 4 light type machine effect monster with the effect. This card's name becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. If you normal or special summon Cyber Dragon except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can only use this effect of Cyber Dragon Vire once per turn. Each Cyber Dragon you control gains 500 attack and defense. This card has 1100 attack, 1600 defense. Next we have Cyber Dragon Natchster. This is a level 1 light machine effect monster with the effect. This card's name becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. You can discard one other monster, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one machine monster with 2100 attack or defense in your graveyard. Special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except machine monsters. You can only use each effect of Cyber Dragon Natchster once per turn. This card has 200 attack and 200 defense. Next we have Cyber Dragon Core. This is a level 2 light type machine effect monster. With the effect, this card's name becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. If this card is normal summoned, add one Cyber spell trap from your deck to your hand, aka Power Bond, because a number of people would probably go after that if they have the right conditions being met. Anyway, if only your opponent controls a monster, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Special summon one Cyber Dragon monster from your deck. You can only use one Cyber Dragon core per effect per turn, and only once that turn. This card has 400 attack and 1500 defense. Next we have Cyber Pharos. This is a level 1 light type machine effect monster with the effect. You can special summon this card from your hand by tributing one machine monster. Once per turn during your main phase, you can fusion summon one machine fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand and or field as material. When a fusion monster you control is destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Add one Power Bond from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Cyber Pharos once per turn. This card has 0 attack and 2100 defense. Alright. Now we have Cyber Valley. This is a level 1 light type machine effect monster with the effect. You can activate one of these effects. When this card is targeted for an attack, you can banish this card, draw one card, then end the battle phase. You can target one face-up monster you control in this card, banish both those targets, then draw 2 cards. You can target one card in your graveyard, banish both this card and one card from your hand, then place that target on top of the deck. Next we have Cyber Phoenix. This is a level 4 fire type machine effect monster with the effect. While this card is in attack position, negate any spell trap effects that target one machine monster you control and no other cards. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can draw one card. This card has 1200 attack and 1600 defense. Alright. Next we have, now we're going from the Cyber to the Cyberdark monsters. Starting off with Cyberdark Horn. This is a level 4 Dark type machine effect monster with the effect, if this card is normal summoned, target one level 3 or lower dragon monster in your graveyard. Equip that dragon monster to this card. Gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped to it by this effect. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. If this card would be destroyed by battle, destroy that equipped monster instead. Alright. Next we have Cyberdark Edge. This is a level 4 Dark type machine effect monster with the effect, if this card is normal summoned, target one level 3 or lower dragon monster in your graveyard. Equip that dragon monster to this card. Gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped to it by this effect. This card can attack directly. If it does using this effect, its attack is halved during the damage calculation only. If this card would be destroyed by battle, destroy that equipped monster instead. This card has 800 attack and 800 defense. Next we have Cyberdark Keel. Whenever I hear someone say Keel, I'm legitimately thinking of that one guy from Forged by Fire, how he always says, just because of how he just says Keel. He literally says it exactly like this, Keel, every time, and so many people love that, just because of that. But anyway, this card has a level 4 Dark type machine effect monster with the effect, if this card is normal summoned, target one level 3 or lower dragon monster in your graveyard. Equip that dragon monster to this card. Gains attack equal to the original attack of that monster equipped to it by this effect. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. If this card would be destroyed by battle, destroy that equipped monster instead. Next we have Cyberdark Cannon. This is a level 3 Dark type dragon effect monster with the effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can draw one card. You can only use each of the following effects of Cyberdark Cannon once per turn. You can discard this card, add one machine Cyberdark monster from your deck to your hand. During damage calculation, if a monster equipped with this card battles, you can send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. This card has 1600 attack and 800 defense. Next we have Cyberdark Claw. This is a level 3 Dark type Dragon effect monster with the effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can target one Cyberdark monster in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. You can only use each of the following effects of Cyberdark Claw once per turn. You can discard this card, add one Cyberdark spell trap from your deck to your hand, or during damage calculation, if a monster equipped with this card battles, you can send one monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. This card has 1600 attack and 800 defense. I almost forgot to say that. Next we have Langling. I apologize if my nasally voice butchered that. This is a level 3 Dark type Dragon Union effect monster with the effect, once per turn you can either target one face-up monster you control, equip this card to that target, or unequip this card and special summon it. The original attack of the monster equipped with this card becomes 1000. It can make a second attack during each battle phase. Also, if the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, destroy this card instead. This card has 1500 attack and 0 defense. Next we have Juzukiru, the Star-Destroying Kaiju. This is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a level 10 light machine effect monster with the effect, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in attack position by tributing one monster they control. If your opponent controls a kaiju monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in attack position. You can only control one kaiju monster. When a card or effect is activated that targets one card and no other cards, quick effect, you can remove 3 kaiju counters from anywhere on the field, negate that effect, and if you do, you can destroy one card on the field. This card has 3,300 attack and 2,600 defense. Next we have Gizmek Orochi, the Serpentron Sky Slasher. This is a level 8 dark type machine effect monster with the effect. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, quick effect, you can banish 8 cards from the top of your deck face down, special summon this card. You can banish 3 cards from your extra deck face down, then target one face-up monster on the field, destroy it. You can only use one Gizmek Orochi, the Serpentron Sky Slasher effect per turn, and only once that turn. This card has 2450 attack and 2450 defense. Next we have Gale Dogra. This is a level 2 Earth-type insect effect monster with the effect you can pay 3,000 life points, send one monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. This card has 650 attack and 600 defense. What a hell of an effect, jeez. Now we're going into the spell cards. We have Cyber Eternal. This is a counter spell card with the effect target one machine cyber fusion monster in your graveyard. Return it to the extra deck or special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. If a machine cyber fusion monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. You can only use each effect of Cyber Eternal once per turn. Next we have Cyber Repair Plant. This spell card has the effect, if Cyber Dragon is in your graveyard, you can activate one of these effects. If you have 3 or more Cyber Dragon in your graveyard at this card's activation, you can activate both effects and resolve in sequence. You can only activate one Cyber Repair Plant per turn. So, long story short, if you have one Cyber Dragon, you can only activate one effect. But if you have 3 or more in your graveyard, you can activate both of these in sequence. So, add one light machine monster from your deck to your hand, and target one light machine monster in your graveyard, shuffle that target into your deck. Alright. Next we have Cyber Emergency. This spell card has the effect, add one light machine monster that cannot be normal summoned or set, or one Cyber Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. If the activation of this card is in its owner's possession was negated by your opponent's card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can discard one card. Add this card to your hand. You can only activate one Cyber Emergency per turn. Alright. Next we have Cyberload Fusion. This is a counter spell card with the effect, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that lists a Cyber Dragon monster as material by shuffling the fusion materials listed on it into the deck from among your cards on the field and or your face-up banished cards, but monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of this turn except that fusion summoned monster. You can only activate one Cyberload Fusion per turn. Next, we have Cyberdark Impact. This spell card has the effect, fusion summon one Cyberdark Dragon from your extra deck by shuffling each of Cyberdark Horn, Cyberdark Edge, and Cyberdark Keel from your hand, field, and or graveyard into the deck as fusion material. Next we have Cyberdark Inferno. This is a field spell card with the effect, Cyberdark effect monsters you control that are equipped with an equipped card cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target them with card effects. You can target one Cyberdark monster you control, return it to the hand, then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon one Cyberdark monster. You can only use the effect of Cyberdark Inferno once per turn. If this card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add one polymerization spell or fusion spell from your deck to your hand. Next, we have Future Fusion. This is a continuous spell card with the effect, during your first standby phase after this card's activation, show one fusion monster in your extra deck and send the fusion materials listed on it from your main deck to the graveyard. During your second standby phase after this card's activation, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck with the same name as the monster you showed, and target it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy that target. When that target is destroyed, destroy this card. Next we have Fusion Tag. This spell card has the effect: target one monster you control, reveal one fusion monster in your extra deck, and if you do, the targeted monster's name could be treated as the revealed fusion monsters if used for a fusion summon this turn. Next we have Machine Duplication. This spell card has the effect: target one machine monster you control with 500 or less attack, special summon up to 2 monsters from your deck with the same name as that face-up monster. Next we have Limiter Removal. This is a counter spell card with the effect: double the attack of all machine monsters you currently control until the end of this turn. During the end phase of this turn, destroy those monsters. Now for the trap cards, we have Cyberdark Invasion. This continuous trap card has the effect: once per turn, you can activate one of these effects. You can either target one Cyberdark effect monster you control, equip one dragon or machine monster from either graveyard to it as an equip spell that gives it 1000 attack, or send one equipped card you control equipped to a machine monster to the graveyard. Destroy one card your opponent controls. You can only use each effect of Cyberdark Invasion once per turn. Next we have Cybernetic Revolution. This trap card has the effect: tribute one Cyber Dragon. Special summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that lists a Cyber Dragon monster as material, but it cannot attack directly and is destroyed during the end phase of the next turn. You can only activate one Cybernetic Revolution per turn. Next we have Power Wall. This trap card has the effect: during damage calculation, when you would take battle damage from an opponent's attacking monster, send one card from the top of your deck to the graveyard for every 500 damage, round up, you would take instead. Next we have the trap card. We have Call of the Haunted. This continuous trap card has the effect: activate this card by targeting one monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in attack position. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. When that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. Next we have Paleozoic Canadia. This trap card has the effect: target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Change it to face-down defense position. Once per chain, when a trap card is activated while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card as a normal monster. Agua Water, level 2, attack 1200, defense 0. This card is not treated as a trap. If summoned this way, this card is unaffected by monster effects. Also banish it when it leaves the field. Next we have Cybernetic Overflow. This trap card has the effect: banish Cyber Dragons with different levels from your hand, face-up field, and or graveyard, then destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls. If this card on the field is destroyed by card effect, add one Cyber Spell trap from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Cybernetic Overflow once per turn. Next we have Chimera Tech Overdragon. This is a dark type. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a dark type level 9 dark type machine fusion effect monster with the required summons of Cyber Dragon and one or more machine monsters. With the effect, must be fusion summoned. If this card is fusion summoned, send all other cards you control to the graveyard. The original attack defense of this card each become equal to the number of fusion materials used for its fusion summon times 800. Times 800. This card can attack your opponent's monsters a number of times each battle phase, up to the number of fusion materials used for its fusion summon. So basically, the attack and defense of this card are both unknown. Next we have Cyber Darkness Dragon. This is A level 10 Dark type Machine Fusion Effect monster requires 5 Cyber Dark Effect monsters. With the effect, must first be fusion summoned. If this card is special summoned, you can equip 1 Dragon or Machine monster from your graveyard to this card. Gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped to it by this effect. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can send 1 equipped card you control to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. This card has 2000 attack and 2000 defense. Next we have Cyber Dark Dragon. This is a level 8 Dark type Machine Fusion Effect monster. Requires Cyber Dark Horn, Cyber Dark Edge, and Cyber Dark Keel to fusion summon. With the effect, must be fusion summoned. If this card is special summoned, target 1 dragon monster in your graveyard. Equip that target to this card. Gains attack equal to the original attack of that monster equipped to it by this effect. Gains 100 attack for each monster in your graveyard. If this card would be destroyed by battle, destroy the equipped monster instead. This card has 1000 attack and 1000 defense. Next we have the spell card Power Bond. This card's effect is fusion summon 1 machine fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material, and it gains attack equal to its original attack. During the end phase of the turn this card is activated. You take damage equal to the amount of attack gained from this effect at the time of the summon. So there's that. Next we have Overload Fusion. This spell card has the effect fusion summon 1 Dark Machine fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your field or graveyard. Okay, I almost said something about it like it was a monster, but it isn't. And there we go, we have Duel Links, Legacy of the Duelist, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Dawn of Majesty. So yeah, so that is all of the what happened to oh yeah, that's right, it didn't come with one. Yeah, that is this deck right here. This was the Cyber Dragon deck. Like I said, I was very interested in opening this deck out of all of them, but yeah, all of them I was looking forward to trying out and seeing what they were like. But yeah, and you know the funny part is we now have 6 construction. We actually now have 6 structure decks. The we have the Mechanized Madness structure deck, the Spirit Charmers structure deck, and the Cyber Strike structure deck, as well as the other structure decks that I showed off yesterday, the Dark World structure deck, Saga of Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck, and the Beware of Trap Tricks structure deck. So I basically have 6 structure decks right here. And honestly, I am looking forward to doing something with them. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna put my camera over. Sorry. But yeah, those were all of the those were all of the structure decks for this stream. I'd like to thank everybody for whether you was watching this live or watching this on watching the VOD. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, this is Forrest Walpole signing off.